11:16 to 1:33 for driver not on file right side. I think that person gets more passes at any racetrack at any particular place. Driver not on file. Ethan Norris coming up in the 97 Mustang on the Jag side.
Welcome to the channel, guys. We're out here at Ford Fest, and I was going to start the video sooner, but I've been trying to get through tech all morning. It's been a mess. The good news is Hidalgo is through tech finally. We are number 172 in the True Street class. It's a 2-day deal for me. I'm doing time trials starting at 2 o'clock today to kind of get where I'm at. I did get the new shocks put on. I had time when I got here last night. So at 2 o'clock we've got time trials, and then from there we're done for the day until about 1:30 tomorrow is when the True Street cruise starts. And after the cruise is the eliminations. I've got to make 3 back-to-back passes in the same order, like starting order of cars. I have to make 3 back-to-back passes before I can even open my hood, do anything. I think all I'm allowed to do is check tire pressure. So while I've got some downtime, I'm gonna go do some recording, show y'all what's going on here at Ford Fest. LS Fest is similar. Ford Fest is just a little smaller. I've never been to the Mopar one for you Mopar guys, but that I'm going to try to, so maybe look for it in a future video. But for right now, I'm gonna go show y'all what's going on at Ford Fest. All right, so coming in the gate from the campground, immediately on the left you see the car show, and over here to the right's where all the drifters are. These things are pretty cool. There's a lot of SN95s in this one. Get past all the drifters, and all of a sudden vendors galore. There's a swap meet down that way. I walked through it earlier. It didn't really have anything right this minute, so I'm gonna keep looking this weekend. Nitrous Outlet's got a tent here. Ford Performance, of course. Holley has one over here. There's where they do the drifting and the road course, and on the far side's the drag strip. I already talked to a couple manufacturers. I actually priced a Tremec TKX for Hidalgo, so that'll probably come for too long. Just all kinds of cool stuff here.
Couple of burnouts taking the cars across the starting line.
This will probably be the longest video of the year, so just keep an eye out.
Starting back to where they need to be. Right hand side, Sandra Leslie. Comes from a family of drag racers. She is not the only one that does this.
Anybody that knows me knows this is one of my favorite Fords of all time. And this is honestly the first one I've ever seen in person. Then they got a Pantera that's got a hot looking little small block in the back. Vaughn getting Junior's car. You can see over here we got Holley, we got merchandise tents, and just all kinds of cool stuff. If you get the opportunity to come to one of these, whether it's Ford, LS, or Moparty, you need to come. so we came from that way. You come right along here. There's the drag strip. You can go watch it. It's one of the most recognizable drag strips on YouTube, in my opinion. Then over here we got the manufacturer's midway. You'll have event stuff, and then Nitto Tires is here, UPR products. There's just all kinds of stuff. As you can see, it goes way down there. Tremec usually makes an appearance of these things too, and this one right here is what I'm looking for in my Mustang. I've got a truck I'm getting ready to sell and go for that. It's time to stop band-aiding the old T45 and upgrade and get a new one. I'd like to have this. This is one of my favorite Mustangs. Yeah, when you're going through these events and you see the manufacturers, don't be afraid to stop and ask questions. Like, that's what these guys are here for. So I was kind of done recording on the manufacturer's midway, and I saw this and just had to get video. There's a C10 Deluxe. With a Ford 7.3, the Godzilla motor. I'm on one of these so bad in my Mustang. Alright, so we're headed to the lanes for the time trials. I was destroying a corn dog when we got the call, so yeah, from here out it's gonna probably be draggy videos until tomorrow. Then hopefully it does good. I'm gonna record the cruise tomorrow as well, so we'll see from here.
I'm just so used to one being an early and one being late, so forth. Belinda Moore coming up on Jake's side, the 20-time True Street winner. Looking for a 15-second pass out of her green 95 Mustang, I believe it is. And Uncle leading the way down the track to a 10-second time slip. 10:26, 1:18. Belinda gets 15:14 at 79 miles an hour. She went 14:90 last time, so just trying to dial that hot rod in for a 15 flat 3 times. Here comes our next pair. Ethan Norris in the weathered 97 Mustang GT, the red car on the Jag side. Troy Eaton, the 89 Mustang, and this is a former True Street winner, a mid-8-second capable hot rod on the left side. Going down the racetrack, Chase Fender on the left side, 11:06 at 129, 11:16 at 133 for driver not on file right side. I think that person gets more passes at any racetrack at any particular place. Driver not on file. Ethan Norris coming up in the 97 Mustang on the Jag side.
So that's it for time trials. I'm not racing again until tomorrow. My first hit, all the suspension changes kind of caught me off guard. I've driven this car for 5 or 6 years now. I've gotten very used to how it used to be. So it was more me getting used to the car. I went back up the second time, kind of knew what to expect, and I actually cut the best 60 foot I've ever cut in this car. So this is run 2. it's hot out. The car has no weight stripped out of it. Makes 184 wheel horsepower, and the synchros are going out in the transmission. So you kind of get a rough idea why it's so slow, because this was like a 14.2 to 14.5 second car stock. Now, looking at the suspension changes I made, I've got the time slips from the previous video. Left lane, 60 foot was 222. 212, you know, in that area. My first run today, ignore this side because this is that fox body that whipped me. 2013, and I kind of let out a little bit. But here's the magic number. And the reaction time with the True Street class, you do not have to worry about cutting a light as long as you are consistent. That's the best 60 foot I've ever pulled in this car. Now granted, I'm not getting anywhere quick, but it kind of shows you what just minor suspension, budget, off-the-shelf upgrades will do for a car. And that was kind of part of the thing to coming to this, other than I really enjoy this track. I really enjoy racing here. I love these big festival things. Part of what I wanted to do was show what suspension upgrades will do. Now, being that it's hot outside, I'm down on power. So take that with do with that info what you will. But as for eliminations and all that, that's not until I think 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So we'll go from here. All right, I just got out of the driver's meeting. It's Saturday. Now what's going on is I've got to complete, it was originally supposed to be a 30-mile street cruise, but they've narrowed it down. Just, there's so many people, they're doing a rally style. Basically the point is to prove that you brought a street car, not a race car with license plates, even though some of them are a race car with license plates. So I'm gonna record that. I'll put everything on a hyperlapse because it's gonna take me a little bit. Basically I have to get a punch card at the gate, drive to a predetermined checkpoint, they'll punch my card there, drive back, and they'll punch it again, just to prove that I was on the cruise. All right, let's get going. check my tire pressure basically.
Program activated.
Now that I'm in the lanes, that hood has to stay shut. I open that, I'm immediately disqualified. Not sure why there's an LS car here. Tire pressure is the one thing I'm allowed to do. Done got it set. Those of you that know what you're looking at are probably wondering why my tire pressure is so high. This car doesn't make enough power to really spin on anything resembling a prep surface. I just like the numbers to match. So after this, I think they're doing awards. I've got 3 back-to-back passes to run. Can't touch anything. So here we go.
Durango on the left-hand side. Brian Prince and Brandy Russell, our next pair. Brian Prince, the 86 Mustang GT out of Georgia. And Brandy Russell, the 2015 Mustang out of Indiana. Prince's finishing Mustang. Slow off the 60, and he's making time up as he goes down the track. 10:48, 133 for Prince. Russell goes 10:87, 136. Adam Cardwell coming up next out of Bowling Green. 1986 Mustang on the Budweiser side. Ethan Norris, 97 Mustang GT on the right side.
Last one didn't go quite as expected. I got out. My T45 in this car is wore out. That's why I've been looking at new transmissions. I actually couldn't get it into second gear, so I killed about half a second, a quarter of a second, to about a quarter of a second off what it should. Was running in time trials yesterday, so hopefully I can come back around the next one and make a quite a bit better pass. Like I said, I don't expect to win this thing, but it would be nice to get down where it should be.
T Mustang on the Jag side. Jacob Young's 2019 Mustang on the Budweiser side. Jacob Young on the left side, 1362 at 103 for Elaine Moisner on the right side. Chad Evans and Ethan Norris coming up next. Evans patted out a 97.
Okay, so that was round 2. This time the car ran much better. Laid down a 178, which I'm still out of the running in my average, but you know, it'd be nice maybe to get a 15.0 out of it, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I've got one pass left, then I'm done for the weekend.
24 for Jacob Young. Moisner goes 15.50 at 64 miles an hour. Chad Evans and Ethan Norris coming up next. Evans out of Carlisle, Ohio, 1990 Mustang.
My last pass was a 15.20 or 15.250, 190 60 foot. That's the best 60 foot I've ever pulled, either this or the RX-7. So now I'm headed back to the pits, and I guess there's gonna be an awards ceremony after. So it is what it is. To have won my index, I would have had to have ran a 1448 or 50, either 48 or 52, I don't remember which, and it wasn't happening with this car. So this is kind of the last hurrah for this car for right now. I'm looking into a transmission. I'm going to start building a motor for it soon. At some point, I do intend on trying to run 10s with an NA2 valve. So this car is going to have to get a little healthier, get a serious diet going on. So follow all the usual social media links. Ethanol 573 on TikTok, 573 Racing on Instagram and Facebook, and of course you found YouTube, so hit that bell and subscribe. Until next time.